Right now, very unusual frequencies are being transmitted to Earth, cosmic frequencies. And these ensure that our true being is born, comes forth. And that is such an incredible process. I will try to put it into words today so that you understand what is happening to you right now. Because I suspect many are currently feeling physical symptoms. This can be fatigue, but it can be sadness. It might be anger with people who are important to you. Maybe you also feel set back, rejected, or plunged into deep processes where you simply have to decide for yourself how to move forward. These could now be symptoms or similar ones that are occupying you, that are affecting you. And if you understand what is happening here, and it is so incredibly magical and so beautiful, then it will certainly be easier for you. Because these frequencies, this energy, and this development, we should truly welcome them with love, even if it may feel to some as if something is dying. And why that is, you will be able to understand quite well in a moment. Welcome to your Live Happy podcast episode. My name is Linda Giese. I have been a spiritual mentor for over 20 years and am the author of the book Consciousness Next Level. I highly recommend it to you, especially for this current time of ascension. And I am the founder of the Being Potential method. Being potentials are your intrinsic motivators, your strengths, which have been given to you by yourself, by your higher self, for this existence here as a human being on earth. And unfortunately, due to traumatic experiences, upbringing, and everything we went through in childhood, these have been trained out of us. And we can find them out. What are your being potentials? And then you will fully regain your power and ultimately support your awakening process. Yes, indeed. That is why we are all here on this beautiful earth, to awaken and thereby liberate the unconscious. Because the more unconsciousness we resolve, the more we simply awaken. So let's start with today's exciting and informative episode, where we already have some very unique and interesting frequencies that I personally have never experienced in such an incredibly remarkable way before. They are so full of love. They are incredibly renewing, brimming with endless love and warmth, and at the same time, they take something intangible from us, which means that there exists a powerful vibrational field, a dynamic vibrational principle that inherently brings forth your true and authentic being. Maybe you can really imagine it like a delicate flower bud slowly emerging from its protective casing, while at the same time, all the older, withered leaves around it, everything that perhaps previously protected and nurtured the bud, are falling away, revealing the new growth. At the same time, it goes into the transient. And this is a frequency that simultaneously and concurrently contains the process of both coming into being and passing away. So, it's not that one essentially replaces the other or that it happens in a sequential manner, but rather that the two things are, in fact, interdependent. And this process of dying and becoming is currently very, very intensely active for us. And it is indeed a significant and important feature for a very exquisitely delicate and subtle yet truly fundamental step into the next level of awakening, the new time for the transition and for the new earth. And many, many of us, especially those who are very sensitive, can simultaneously feel how they are being renewed and feel deep sadness, as if something is being lost. And this frequency is so profoundly deep. It can indeed encompass your whole heart and your whole being, so that for some it might even feel like a great world pain or a very, very deeply felt sadness, without us losing ourselves in this world pain or sadness, because something within us simultaneously breaks open. The word is almost too harsh with the breaking, because it is something that is emerging, gliding up, in a way, gradually. And that is wonderfully beautiful, but it naturally has effects in life, in everyday situations, in encounters, or in general life processes that are undoubtedly indeed subject to the same frequency. Something new is definitely emerging, and something old is coming to an end. And this is indeed quite a beautiful new beginning, which, however, truly comes with a lot of appreciation and sometimes also with sadness for what is, in fact, being left behind. This does not mean that we now fundamentally have to separate ourselves from people or life circumstances, but it may indeed actually feel that way temporarily. And let's take the example of a person in your life where you simply feel that something new and exciting is emerging, that a new and promising path is ahead of you, and that this person may no longer be able to accompany you on this journey, and that there is a deep and profound sadness because you just feel that you are drifting apart. And I consider it very likely in many cases that it's simply the old form of togetherness that is indeed dying or that things are separating, and that one can very well continue on their paths. It is very important that one can, in fact, continue on their paths. Only both parts or both individuals, indeed, in this particular case, in their new being. You can see it the same way in your professional life. It might be that you feel you need to change, you need to leave. It no longer gives you anything, and you undergo a transformation and realize, yes, I am already moving forward. The same path, but in a different way. It is now such a truly profound experience of renewal, of new beginnings, and that we can deeply experience in its essence. A very, very deep perception of what a new beginning truly means. We have always approached it somewhat roughly until now. Even though new beginning processes in the past could often be accompanied by a lot of sadness or pain, soul pain, this time it is indeed truly different. It is even more delicate and subtle because you can truly feel the vibration of love so deeply that you know it is not a loss, not a real loss, but rather you can simply accept what indeed is coming to an end, what indeed is changing. It is almost as if we are, in a way, shedding an energetic body, like. This is also shown to me. It is very important to mention that I definitely receive such information in images, in energetic images, where I can see the frequencies, where I can clearly see the energetic processes, the transformation processes, and I can also hear and smell them. By the way, it is a beautiful music that is currently accompanying or heralding this process. And it really is like a music full of love that is resonating on our planet right now. And indeed, there are beautiful scents that are becoming much more prominent, frequencies that we can even actually smell. I mentioned this in my live session. I have a much more intense sense of smell. And no matter where I am, whether I'm staying somewhere or traveling, they really have an absolutely incredibly intense fragrance and aroma. And this frequency, what I can see there, that I can observe and perceive, is quite evident in living beings, humans, animals, plants, in various forms and manifestations, that an energetic skin, an energetic body, is put to rest, like a dying process, and thus is reintegrated into the subtle realm, resulting in renewal. You know, energy cannot disappear. It can only change its form in a way that is almost like a transformation or a metamorphosis into another state of being or existence. And this is the process that is happening right now. We are currently shedding an energy body. An energy body is being released right now. It is a rather denser body in which a lot of information has been stored. Information that is no longer beneficial to us. It is something very, very relieving, something very, very beautiful. And when you are through the process, or even in the middle of it, you already feel that it will bring about great positive changes in your life, and observe how it positively influences your day-to-day activities. Yes, you will clearly optimize one or more areas of your life. It will significantly sharpen your clair senses, your inner senses. You simply unlock higher spiritual abilities or a higher intuition, a heightened sensitivity. You can better grasp and understand more of the connections, even greater connections. You penetrate the essence of a thing, an object, or even a person in essence. Yes, you can really look behind the facade or into the essence of 2001. And that is very valuable, very beautiful. However, we first need this indeed, this melancholy, this close presence between arising and passing away, truly, deeply. In this context, what I believe is truly essential is to stay away from the very coarse material world, that is, the world of matter, but also coarse information. And here I am referring to news and media because they are too coarse. They certainly shake up one psyche or another in various ways. So, I strongly believe that we will be increasingly flooded with news that shakes our psyche, our soul, and our emotions in the near future and our mental state. And since we are very, very accessible right now, or very open, to use the right word, they can really affect us deeply. Therefore, really try to absolutely resist any temptation to engage with sensational topics or even fear inducing subjects, indeed. And even if you are one of those people who say, yes, one must stay informed, use and if you are right now currently in the process of renewal, maybe you should just take a break. So every drama will continue without you and without you being informed about it. And you can certainly get back on track at any time, really indeed withdrawing from these topics now. These can also be conversations with people who are more materially oriented. I don't know how else to put it right now. Simply corresponds to conversations that bring you down. Yes, it can now also easily spark arguments because people's minds are so sensitized. Make sure to keep yourself out of these issues. Nature is, of course, always a great choice to reset yourself. You wonderful people, I hope you could make something out of this and now with this knowledge. Maybe you can really feel it in a 2001 way. Excuse me, how your energy body settles. And if you can feel that, maybe you would like to create a beautiful ceremony for yourself. You can do this, for example, by getting a candle, playing beautiful music, and truly thanking this energy body with gratitude, sending it on its journey, knowing that it will be embraced by love and truly thanking it for the path it has taken so far. With love, the very best for you, your sister's spirits, dear Linda.